Welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, Crypto Cosm, where I talk how astrology affects the crypto market.
And I bring you lots of that crypto news today. My goodness.
What a day.
It's jam-packed today, ladies and gentlemen. Jam-packed.
Yes, and today is Wednesday right now. This will probably get to you by Thursday, depending on what time and where in the world you are. But we have entered the Mercury Retrograde.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is in full effect. It is in full swing. Mercury Retrograde. Not only reevaluate things, but this is a time where we often put the carriage before the horse, where ourselves are on autopilot, and we just do things without thinking things through all the way, or we're used to these certain tasks that we do, these mundane operations, and we just do them, and then all of a sudden, we've created this terrible error, or something bad has happened, or we've sent that email that wasn't supposed to go to this person, or the text that wasn't supposed to go to that person, or the email didn't have all the information in it, and now you look stupid in front of your boss, or you accidentally delete all your stuff off from a hard drive. That happened to me this morning. I'm not even kidding.
It happens.
It happens. Mercury retrogrades are here to tell us to slow down a bit. Things happen, right?
Absolutely. Double check.
Take
everything. Your time. Go through that list. Make sure you got everything before you hit enter. Check those addresses 3 different times when you're sending these transactions. Just make sure it's the right wallet. Read those instructions thoroughly. Take a deep breath and then continue.
Yeah, don't be in a rush right now. This is a prime time, right? Sun just went into Leo, Mercury's in Leo. This is fire passionate. Let's go, let's get things done, right? And there's like this fun in conjunction happening of Saturn to the Sun, which is like kind of testing that right now. Like, yeah, we need structure to this. Like, go, fine, but bring some structure to these things. Mm-hmm. And this Mercury retrograde is like, don't fly out the door before you're
Double
covered.
Check, ladies and gentlemen. Take that deep breath. And then continue.
and continue. What Aaron just said. We're going to get knocked down so hard in these next 3 weeks. It's going to happen. It is such a fiery, passionate part of summer right now. Where it's going to, all full steam ahead, baby. And then, bam, you're like,
keep going.
Keep going.
Persevere. Don't stop. Continue.
Stop and assess. Take a look, and then breathe and say, okay, we got to put one foot in front of the other and get this done. Get Absolutely. It done, persevere, because it's not just you. There's other people counting on you. All right, what do we got? We got some news, huh?
So you know who's not taking their time? Tron. So Tron's out there buying up like some internet real estate, if you will, like BitTorrent and uTorrent. And their whole claim to fame now is, yes, we want to take a stab at decentralizing the internet. The internet. So there's coins out there already. There's Substratum. There's OX, I think, is a part of that movement. I think BlockNet is another one. There's quite a few companies out there making their claim and starting to decentralize the internet movement. But then Tron starts swallowing up these really big names. And, I mean, their media presence is just gigantuan. They're all over Twitter. Justin Sun's face is probably going to be on some magazine. It probably already has. It's probably going to be on a few more. But they're just that big.
And it's funny, when you say this, is like some things that are rolling through my head. It's like, sometimes in this crazy world, it's not who has the better product, but how well they market themselves. And not saying Tron's a bad product by any means. What I'm saying in this is he's fantastic at marketing. I don't know if I just want to throw all the credit to Justin Sun, but the team that they've got together, holy smokes, these guys they're Olympians at marketing and the long stretching hand. It's very impressive.
They're going to put some of these other companies in their shadow. They're going to give them a run for the money if they really make that full movement towards
they're going to make them
decentralized
step it up. And if somebody else does have a better product, then they need to realize, hey, we have something that's better breakthrough here, but we need to figure out that other aspect, right? You might be better, but you have to figure out a better avenue to get it to the people, right? Channeling it in.
Absolutely. And we haven't gotten to the point in this marketplace where big fish are swallowing little fish yet. I mean, think about it. We're going to run into those instances where, I mean, who knows what Coinbase is going to turn around and swallow after they've grown to such extent. Who knows what Tron's going to turn around and swallow next. It's going to be interesting to see some of these other companies that just don't have what it takes to really rise to the top, and maybe it's a better idea for them to give in to the bigger movement. Maybe it's even better for their product. It might not even be better for them personally, but if, you know, even if it was like, let's just say, for instance, for example, I'm not saying that this is or going to happen by any means, like Substratum realizes that Tron has a much better way of pushing forward, and, you know, that technology gets absorbed into Tron and put on that network and used in the same way. But it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out in this entirely new economy. I love it.
The entirely new economy.
Entirely new. I mean, this is just brand new territory. Speaking of brand new territory, Binance Chain. Let's talk decentralized movement of exchanges.
Let's.
So we got the decentralized internet movement. Now Tron's in that row, but Binance Chain, and the decentralized exchange business. So the quote that really struck me in the article that I was reading through, and this exchange is going to be looking at being delivered by the end of 2018. So we're only, what, 4 or 5 months away. And with Binance being as big as it is and as much money they have, I don't see any huge hiccups in the way of this happening. So the decentralized change, so the quote that was in the article was that they don't want the government, or the government shouldn't be associated or backing any exchanges. Now, I love this. Now, I mean, we were going out of Hong Kong. Now they're moving to Malta. Mm-hmm. But the mindset around the decentralized movement in terms of the attitudes towards the central powers is flabbergasting lately. I'm seeing it more and more. I love it. I love it. So we set up these decentralized exchanges where anybody can come online and post a coin for sale. I mean, it's going to be anybody would be able to list any coins. I mean, they have them set up now to where, I mean, it's really not that hard to post the coins on these decentralized exchanges.
Which is good, but it's also can be really deceiving, because what are you saying? If anybody just comes with an idea, oh, we can do this cryptocurrency, it's not a fad, but it is at the same time right now. You know what I mean? Like it's like a fad that, well,
it's
no,
trendy,
it's not,
right?
It's trendy.
Everybody's doing it.
It's trendy. Everybody's doing it. Yeah,
on,
we'll
guys.
skip this section and we'll just go directly, you know, the Kickstarter approach.
Now that's absolutely true. It doesn't give the creators of the platform the power to do a lot of what it used to do in the centralized fashion. They give up a lot of control, allowing these decentralized transactions to go through. Because one, the exchange itself is not responsible for holding on the coins. Now the coins are directed peer-to-peer via smart contract, which is way more secure. So we're not dipping into exchanges and trying to steal keys from this person and that person, and you just gobble up a whole bunch of them at the same time. Like, we don't have to worry about that. So there's way more pros in terms of features that the individual or the user gets. So, and with a big name backing like Binance, so we have a lot of these other decentralized exchanges, which are a lot smaller. They might, you know, be their own startup thing. I mean, the profits probably aren't as much. But now we have this centralized entity, which is transforming into a decentralized entity that has a lot of money to dump in and make it really, really nice. Like, I'm super excited to see what this looks like.
This is his super excited face.
This is my super excited face. So we have decks coming out for the NASDAQ. There's a lot of these popping up here. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Stellar. Mm-hmm. Stellar's exchange is going to be coming out. So we're more and more decentralization and the movements behind that. I like to see it because it's coming from a centralized party going to. They realize, they foresee the future potential in it and where the market is going to be going. And they are jumping out and getting in front of it. I love it. I love it, Binance Chain. It's beautiful. It brings
in the front.
it's a tear. It's a tear.
Now, so Friday the 27th. Now, not only do we have this eclipse, but there's also some other coinciding dates and things that are happening. Now, it's fun. It's fun right now to hear me saying like, looks like we're going to be hitting this bear run because we're up in a positive way. This is the first time that we've seen in a while, which is good. And again, we had definitely talked about that as soon as Mercury. I don't know anything. As soon as Venus had hit Virgo, and made that really beautiful trine to Uranus and Taurus and Saturn, boom, we had started to see the money coming up, okay? It was a great, great, great thing. And we're still there right now. On Friday, it's 19 degrees. Venus is going to hit Pluto. It's going to, Venus is over here in Virgo still, and it's going to make that, that connection to Pluto. It's transformation. So big things are in the moves. Obviously, big things are in the moves. But throughout history, the eclipses have always shown a very hard aspect. And like if you watched this past week's episode,
2018 eclipses.
Right. And we showed you the little chart. And again, it's even showing, as the chart shows, we're coming up to a point where it looks we break right back down again. Now, all this being said, there is an interesting aspect in the crypto world that Aaron's going to share with us. It's happening on Friday, the 27th. The eclipse is at 4:30, but we'll see how this affects us.
Those sneaky devils. So, July 27th just so happens to be the date that Bitcoin futures expires. And what is the data telling us? So, for those of you that don't know, the Bitcoin futures is really, to break it down, an option to buy. So depending on the price, we have that option to buy. Somebody else is holding the Bitcoin, and once that contract is up or throughout that period, they can choose to actually purchase that Bitcoin. Well, the data is telling us, because the price has been going up, that individuals have making their money because they want to buy. So it's a good sign for the buyers as the bulls are up ahead. But it's interesting, what are they going to do with all of those Bitcoins once they buy them? Are they going to sell them? Because they're going to be able to buy them at the price that was negotiated in the futures contract some time ago. Plot thickens. So, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, and is this sell-off of Bitcoins from the Bitcoin futures contract, or is there going to be a sell-off? I don't know. We're overbought on the MACD, ladies and gentlemen. We're overbought on the MACD. I don't know what else to tell you. So let me break that one down also. I'm sorry, I get so excited sometimes. Overbought. So there are an overabundance of individuals buying Bitcoin, which means almost too many are buying to the point where other people are making money and they want to sell off and cash in, dropping that price. Could it be just so happen that the 27th of July will be that day that they start selling off and start dipping, heading towards the next eclipse? What, August 11th?
August 11th.
August 11th. Look, I'm getting these dates, ladies and gentlemen.
And I always think it's interesting when these significant astrological shifts happen on like a Friday, because when generally folks are working 9 to 5. They have a task to do that's going to occupy them from 9 to 5, and then they can check the news and watch Crypto Cosm and everything when they get off of work, whatever.
Yeah, baby.
So when it happens on a Friday, it leaves you that Saturday and Sunday to make big things are going to happen this coming weekend.
Crypto doesn't sleep, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, and it's all around the world.
Sleep.
So we're definitely going to see. It's not going to take long for this to come to. Now, when it happened in February 15th, it took 2 days. So the eclipse happened on the 15th. On the 17th, that's when Bitcoin went down to $5,000. So, it happens at Friday. We'll see.
Let's see.
We'll see how long the butterfly effect takes in to if it hits us on Sunday. If it's pretty quick, we'll find out. We'll be there along with the ride for you.
The trend is your friend until It's not. So stand by. We'll be bringing you guys up to speed and all the details through that. So the last thing I want to mention is, and this one really I don't know what to think of it yet. If you guys have an opinion, love to hear it in the comments. McAfeeMarketCap.com. Let me say that again. McAfeeMarketCap.com.
Well, third time's a charm.
McAfeeMarketCap.com.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. So I don't know if any of you individuals know. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, McAfee had gone into the hospital for some sort of alleged attack by poison by one of his
he's straight up in a hospital
trusted
gurney.
fans. He was laid up, and it looked like what might have been his last dying breath. He explained about how he came out and was shilling these coins, every week or every other week or twice a week or whatever it was, just for the solid fact that he loves crypto and he is giving what the movement needs and pumping up the market. Now, I mean, the words were touching as he was saying them in that movie. It's on YouTube. You can check it out.
He says some stuff that hits home too, about being your bright shining star, the community, stuff that we talk about on here. Honestly, when he said those things, it was like, yeah,
I believed him. I did,
man.
But there was that whole thing about if he was actually accepting money from individuals, and whoever paid him the most, they would pump their coin next. So I don't know. We're going to leave it to you guys to figure out. But McAfee market cap now. So there was which is going to be, the next coinmarketcap.com, which is going to list at least the top 100 coins.
Eventually, like all of them.
Supposed to be out in beta now, and then adding more of them down the line. But now we're associated McAfee with this CoinMarketCap. Now there was some rumors back in the day about the CoinMarketCap.com and how they were receiving some sort of payment to do this, that, and the other, affecting the price displaying on the actual website to manipulate the coins. So,
which is something we'd seen that Coinbase Bitcoin Cash thing that was kind of like, what is going on here?
Some inside trading stuff going on.
Right.
So
shady stuff in our.
So what I would like to do is I'm going to pull in and make myself a wonderful Google sheet, pull in the data automatically, and do some comparisons and maybe do a little bit of tracking to see if this Coin McAfee market cap is going to be worth anything. So I'm interested to see any similarities, any differences to what's currently out there, and maybe one or two others. Maybe we'll see if there's anything that sticks out along the way so we can get the best information to make the best informed decisions as we go through this journey.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely. So we'll bring you more. Definitely coming up. I think it's time.
It is. I'm just trying to think if we got to recap anything. I mean, we won't see it till next week.
It is retrograde.
Mercury's retrograde, man. The eclipse on Friday. That retrograde.
Sometimes it just grabs you by the boo-boo.
Yeah, and again, we'll just touch on this. Just really patience. Triple check before you triple check. It's almost like being OCD. But no, I think the best here is just is checking us with those life's mundane acts. This is like that. Oh, I have been successful at texting while driving. It's fine this quick second, and then it's just that little instance is all it needed because again. Right, you blinked in life, life has its own variables. So it's like we can have
5 miles an hour.
we can have our intentions setting forward, right? And I'm going to do this, and this. But then what is life going to throw at you? And that it's like saying right now is we just pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what's around us. Take the horse blinders. I think the last episode was like, put your horse blinders on. And in a sense, that's absolutely true as far as like you moving forward in your dreams and your goals in life and like moving forward. But it's saying like do the mundane details of life is what we're talking about specifically, is paying attention to these little things that you're taking for granted, that you do every day, that it's just these 3 clicks, and then again you just realize you just wiped out a hard drive or
He's so hung up on it.
well, it's true, but you never know. Like this is a real story that happened to me in 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was working on a huge project. We were QCing at the very end of this huge project, and it was myself and one of my best friends in the world were at the final mastering stages. And the same thing, similar to what happened to me this morning, it was transferring files over a network, and I was like, oh wait a minute, cancel, delete this. But he deleted the folder of everything. So instead of deleting the folder of what was just, oh, this wasn't supposed to be to this folder, delete that real quick. It was, oh, I real quick deleted the everything. And then I
deleted the everything.
And because I was the head of the project, I got fired for it. That's a very true story. So my friend, I still love him. Every now and then I'll razz him about it, but he deleted a folder and I got fired for it. So
moral of the
it's
story today.
It's these little things that, oh, and it was a 1/10 of a second. It was, you know what I mean? It was not malicious by any means. There was no, it was just, oh, bink, bink. You know, so it was quick.
You're fired.
Oh, look, the money's great right now. The price of crypto is great right now. I'm gonna put in from this. If the price is gonna go down in a couple days, I better make a money move right now. And you're watching all this stuff's going on, and then like there's a sense of urgency, and it's during these sense of urgencies during the retrogrades that it's like,
stop and think.
you
Stop
just
and think.
pay attention. You can act in urgency. You can walk swiftly, but swiftly with one foot in front of the other. Otherwise, you're gonna get tripped and fall over on yourself, and then you fire your best friend because you deleted the folder.
Oh man, that's a bad beat. I'll tell you what.
I love you, Nick.
I think it's my turn.
I love you, Steve. I love you, Mike.
It's a big one. No, we're not doing a big one today. It's retrograde.
We're gonna save it.
Here we go. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better. I love that.
Fail better.
Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, fail better. Fail better, ladies and gentlemen. Fail your way to success.
Fail your way to success.
Love it.
Why do we fall off the horse, son?
Pick ourselves back up.
To subscribe to Crypto Cosm.
Thank you so much for tuning in, honestly. Thank you for, we're all busy lives and hanging out with us for 20, 30 minutes at a time. We honestly appreciate you so much.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell notification button down at the bottom of the screen so you guys don't miss a beat here on
Crypto Cosm.